Farming Simulator 25 is officially out now. If you are interested in playing this or are considering getting the game, today we're going to go through everything that we can find in the game and try to figure out all the little quirks, nuances, and features that there are. So first of all, we of course have career mode, multiplayer, downloadable content where you can go in and get mods, and everything else that you're used to seeing on Farming Simulator's main screen. Nothing here has really changed. We're going to start out by going into career and starting a new career mode. So you get 3 maps. You've got the Central European map, I believe. Then you have an East Asian map, and then you have the North American map. On here you can set new farmer, farm manager, and start from scratch just as you used to be able to, but now you can actually customize even further. So you can change your starting money to see what you start with. You can change your starting loan to see how much of a loan you owe. Now, it doesn't give you this money, okay? You owe this money. Be mindful of that. Then you have the economy difficulty, of course, that you can select. You have whether or not you want to start with a farm and equipment, so you can select that. And then there's the guided intro tour, which we are actually going to go ahead and just leave on and begin. So we're gonna, I guess, leave government subsidy in. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. We're not gonna really use it unless we want to buy something. So it's kind of cool. Where it used to show the map name, it says your save game name now. So if you change that, it'll actually load up the name of the save game there. And you can see other information like how long you've played, the money you have, and what map you are on. Once you load into the game for the very first time, you get to customize your character. You have a ton of options to go through, all kinds of things in here. I've already got my character exactly how I want him to be. Look at that specimen. So we're going to click escape and get right into the game. Welcome to your new farm. It's mid-morning. Walter is waiting for us up by the house there. And he says, familiarize ourselves with the game and then go greet our grandfather. So it's going to show us the interface. You got the weather, you got the date, you got time, and your balance, your how much money you have. Then you've got your mini map in the bottom left, and this is what Farming Simulator looks like. So we have to go talk to our grandfather, Walter. Now, you can talk to these guys if you want to. You can also, again, turn off like the guided tour and skip this whole beginning portion where it kind of teaches you about the game, but we're going to go through it. So you can talk to specific people on your farm. So we could sit here and talk to Grandpa. I suppose we might as well. And he's kind of long-winded, I'm going to be honest with you. But a little hint, if you hit, let's see, enter, yep, you can actually skip through the dialogue if you don't want to hear it. Now, you can also select stuff here, apparently, using the mouse or the up and down arrows. And tell you what, I'm going to go ahead and let our grandfather show us the ropes a little bit. And again, he's long-winded, but if you want to quick through it, just click enter. It's long-winded because it's a tutorial for those who may not know what they're doing. It's kind of trying to guide you and trying to be detailed and not overwhelm you. So they're trying to make sure you understand everything. But as I already know what we're doing, I'm just skipping through it. Yeah, I'm ready to roll, Grandpa. Thank you. I'll tell you what, I'll just hop in the tractor and we will get started. Yes, I know. That's how you open doors and get in the tractor. But this is very convenient because it pops up all the controls that you're going to need, and it kind of gives you a walkthrough, teaches you along the way. This is something that Farming Simulator has sort of always had, but it seems to have been improved now that there's somebody to actually kind of guide you. But you can, of course, see your controls in the top left. You can bring them up as well, should you need to. Grandpa's standing out here. I guess we got to rip this field up. I don't have access to this land. I do now. We have to cultivate. I'm well aware. I'm going to skip through his audio again just because. And what he was telling us is to drop our tool in the ground and get this all ripped up. So now we just kind of head down and back. Looks like he's already done a lot of this for us, which is nice. We don't have to do the whole thing. I appreciate that. In previous ones, they would give you like the whole field to do, and it was just a little too much for a tutorial. Like, you kind of get the idea of what you're supposed to be doing already even. But look at that. You get to see a little bit of that dynamic ground. So that dynamic ground, those ruts in the ground from the tires, depending on the moisture level and the type of soil you're on and how heavy your equipment is and the tires that you're running and so on and so forth, it will change how deep your tractor digs into the ground there. But obviously, our tool wipes those tracks away just like it would in real life as well. But there you go. Just simple, nice and easy. lemon squeezy, back and forth. I am loving it. I'll be honest, guys, the game looks fantastic. Now, my full review will be coming sometime later, probably like, I don't know, a month or so. I want to be able to get some good time in the game to be able to give you a complete, full, honest review. But my first impressions, my first time in the game here, it is actually going really, really well. I quite enjoy the game. It's very smooth. It actually runs extremely well compared to some previous titles. I think they have made a significant amount of improvements. Now, of course, everyone is allowed to their own subjective opinion, but from what I have played with here so far in the game, it has been really fun. And honestly, the improvements to me are more noticed when you're playing the game than when you're watching the game. So I'm curious to see what you guys think now that you will have access to Farm Sim 25, what you think of the changes. Let me know in the comments down below. Also, if there's anything that we didn't get touched on, let me know, and we will try to touch on that in the next few videos. All right, Grandpa, I should pretty much have this done. Are you happy with it yet? Any day now, right? 99 and 100. We're done here, kiddo. Go back to the garage. Yep. Okay, will do. So they want me to pick it back up and run to the garage. And again, I'm skipping through Grandpa's dialogue. If you want to hear his dialogue, you will have plenty of time to do so when you load up the game and give it a try. So we should be planting now, I hope. No? Maybe I didn't get it. Did I get it? I thought I got it. Maybe we just haven't used very much yet. Is this not going to use the seed? Grandpa! That's it. Yeah, I know how this is. I know this is how you plant. They want me to do a worker. I've never done a worker before. We're going to learn something new. The workers are different in Farm Sim 25. They're way more advanced. Let's see what happens. So if I press H, and then it's going to hire the worker. I thought the worker uses the GPS too. I'm not exactly sure what the worker is on, but they're going to start right here. That works for me. Whatever. Next up, Grandpa wants us to get in the combine, the old Massey, and run over and do a little harvesting. So, but the AI workers are, it must be able to use them like a normal worker too still, maybe? I don't know. We'll have to look into that together. But I do know that they can use the GPS, which is very advanced and really cool. Actually, I think maybe that's what he's trying to get down there to do. He's lining himself up. But regardless, I'm going to try to wait on this freaking bus. Come on, guy. You're slow. And we're going to sneak over here to, I guess this field of ours has been mostly harvested. Not going to complain. We're going to finish it up for Grandpa. So we got to, come on. Let me detach it. Okay, I'll come over to you, Grandpa. It's fine. So we're going to... Yep, I know, Grandpa. I know how to run a combine. I appreciate your words of wisdom. But me and my flip-flops, my jorts, and my sun hat, we definitely got this. We're about 70% through the tutorial here. Once we get through the tutorial, we're going to go ahead and take a look at a bunch of other features like the new baby animals, the new AI worker system, the new GPS, the new placeables. There is all kinds of stuff for us to check out here today. If we're lucky or unlucky, depending on how you see it, maybe we'll even see one of those elusive tornadoes. And yes, that's right. Farming Simulator 25 does have some natural disasters like tornadoes and hail. These things can affect your crop, your bales, your trees, these sorts of stuff. And I'm really excited to check that out. I'm hoping, this sounds weird to say, but I'm hoping we see a tornado today. It's funny. On the very ends, the snoots of our harvester's header there, it looks like cup holders. It looks like it has two oversized cup holders. Okay, Grandpa, I know. I got her done for you. So let me shut her down. I think he was probably telling me to go get a tractor, if I had to guess. Yep, pipes out and pour automatically, but we need the tractor and trailer. That is correct. Whoa. Whoa! Wait. How did this tractor get on the trailer? That is so cool. Did a hired worker do that? How did we get here? What happened? Yo, I'm so confused. Did the hired worker just put this back? That's insane. I imagine the game probably just responded over there or something for us. I don't know. But if the worker put that away, that was really cool. I have no idea. That might have just been the tutorial. It's hard to say. I guess we'll find out in time. We'll play around with the AI a little more and see if it can do that kind of stuff. I don't know. We got to pull up underneath here, and it should automatically start dumping out into our trailer. Yep. Oh gosh, Grandpa, you need to be careful where you stand. I didn't know you were there. I would have knocked you with my tractor. You gonna drive that combine back for me so I don't have to, or store the crop in the silo, or sell it? You promised this load to a vendor. He's waiting for us. Okay, got it. So we're gonna sneak over to the grain elevator, where I guess our Grandpa has Ubered to. Put on our four-ways, sneak out onto the road, and let's make our way down there. First time off the farm. we're going to go into town, see how it looks. Now, this American map is called Riverbend Springs. It is based loosely off of the kind of Arkansas-ish area, maybe like call it Mississippi-ish area. I mean, it depends whereabouts you're looking, okay? But that's roughly the region that I believe this was designed after. I guess I should have turned there. Huh. Should I have turned there? Where am I? I don't even know where I'm going. Oh, I could have. I could have turned back there. But it's fine. We will just make our way this way. How's that? Beautiful homes back here, dude. They got all kinds of vegetation and detail, and it looks really, really good. And it runs smoother than I think any farm sim has before, if I'm going to be honest with you. At least smoother than the previous titles. What are you? That's a big bakery, boys. Holy, wow. They make some bread there. Literally. Oh, easy, Bubba. You gonna pull out in front of me like that? You got a death wish, son. I mean, I'm only going 25, but still. Oh, I was about to pull in the other way. Hold on. I gotta correct myself. Darn it. Oh, made it. Well, almost pulled in the wrong way. Oh well, it's gonna be fine. Walter, I got this. You ain't gotta worry about a thing. I'm gonna unload it. I'm gonna make you your money, and it's all gonna be good. Look at that. We're now to 101. Can we get 102? 102? 103? No, darn. So we made almost $2,400 off of that little trailer, and it looks like he wants us to drive back over to the farm. So let's sneak home from town while we can. Take a look. We got a lumber company. I wonder if I can buy the wood from them. Ooh, I should go find out if we can buy wood off of those guys, or if that's where we deliver our trees and stuff. Welcome back to the farm. So we park this thing over here. We should be free to do what we need. What do you say, Grandpa? 96%. Oh, come on. I gotta go talk to yous now? Go ahead. Talk my ear off, Gramps. I'm here. I did splendid. Thank you. All right, so moving forward off of that, we've completed the tutorial. I'm going to check out some things that I have yet to look at. The first thing that I want to look at with you guys is the new menu. So let's look this through real quick. We've got the map here on the right-hand side. Very cool. I like the size of it. I like the way it all lays out. That's good. The revenue, the balance, honestly, I don't know if I need that big right there. Yeah, that kind of seems unnecessary, but it looks good. So I'll take it. It's weird. They've sized things down on the bottom portion here, right? Those are all sized down, tucked away to the bottom. I like that. Very clean. But then some things they were like, hey, you know what we should do? Make it really big. I'm not sure the thought behind that, but I darn sure know I can read it. So that's okay. You got all kinds of crops in the crop list. I mean, look at this. You got, starting at the very top, all the crops that we originally would know. We got rice as some new crops. We've got, what else is new crops in here? Olives, maybe? No, those are not carrots. Well, kind of, sort of, for carrots. They were in 22 as a DLC, same with the parsnips and such. But we've got green beans, peas, spinach in here. Really, really cool. Clicking over, we can see the growth stage of all of these, whether they're cultivated, plowed, seed bed, growing, ready to harvest, harvested, removed from the foliage, or withered. And same as stubble tillage, I guess. You got your soil composition here. Stones are still a thing. Look at that. Watered. Very interesting. Very interesting to see what that is for. Maybe that's for the rice and stuff. You got your hot spots, all the locations, vehicles, tools that you might need. And you can also buy the farmland in here. So tabbing over to farmland, we can click on any piece, see what it's worth, see how many acres it is, and decide whether to visit or to buy it. We've got create a job. So this is the hired worker setting section. So we can go in here and set a destination or create a job and have the hired worker do that. And then we can also see the active workers in the list right here as well. Moving down, we've got crop calendar. Very cool. Looks very similar to what we're used to seeing. We do now have the weather included in on this, not as its own tab, and I prefer this. They really simplified the number of tabs, and this is great. So the crop calendar and the weather together makes a lot of sense. I love that. You got your animal stuff for your different cow pastures as you and pig and chicken and whatnot as you tab through them all. You have contracts, active contracts, and new contracts. So we've got wood transport, spraying, mowing, fertilizing, and dead wood as some examples right now. Dead wood looks like cut down dead trees is what that one pays you for. Then into the production chains, we've got available and owned as the categories. So there's a lot of production chains currently on the map and available. Very cool. You got your prices tab here, which is going to give you your price fluctuation graph. You don't have to click into it to see it and then click back to see the prices. I love that. You can see all of it right here on one screen. They did a great job. This is fantastic. You got a view for vehicle information, for your hand tools, for your finances, and your statistics. So this is like just a bunch of spreadsheet pages. Like this is all analytics, essentially. So they've narrowed all of that into this one category where it was all kind of its own categories previously. And I love that. That is fantastic. And then very finally, we have the settings, which I like how they laid this out too. Really easy, really modern. Like this is what I would expect to see. Very easy to understand, to split up. I think they did a great job overall. This menu is a 10 out of 10 for me. I think they did a great job. Now, let's move on to the build mode. You do Shift P, you get into the build mode. You can also access it some other ways, but this is what you use to build your farms, to edit land, and all of that good stuff. So if I go in, I can see this is worth 14,000, we can sell it. This is worth 47,000, we can sell it. This is worth 67,000, but we cannot sell it. This is worth 5,000, we can sell it. So you can kind of click around on a few things here, like buildings and whatnot. Same with the pastures, probably. Can I not sell? Yep, you can. You can't. Well, no. I don't think I can sell this pasture. I can rename the pasture. Interesting. So that one is there no matter what. Maybe I can't sell it because it has cows in it. Maybe, sell the cows and then try, and you might be able to sell the pasture. In fact, I guess we could try to find out if that's the case or not. But before we do, we need to see what some of these baby animals might look like. So let's go over here and see if we can't find some baby calves. So if I walk up, I should be able to, for a delivery cost, just open the dialogue and purchase them to be here right now. So we've got some 0-month-old. You can you can change the number of them that you own. So we're going to get 3 of them here. That'll be a $150 transport fee, and that might be per cow. I really don't know, but we're going to get those guys. We're going to do the 6-month-old. We're going to get 3 of them. I'm going to do the 10-month-old, and actually 10-month-old is the full grown from what I'm seeing here, more or less. And these are the brown Swiss that I'm buying. You could also go in here and buy Holstein. You could also go in here and buy Angus. So you know what? Just for the sake of it, just so you can see them, I'm going to go ahead and buy a couple of these guys as well. You even got water buffalo in here, dude. That is crazy. Look at that. You can have a little baby water buffalo. You even got little limousines in here. They got all kinds of them. Holy cow. You got a lot of options. Guys, they really stepped it up with the animals. I like this. I'm going to buy just one water buffalo. One big water buffalo. Let me have them. Let me have the water buffalo, please. So now, look at all of them, dude. Full and healthy. Look at these little cuties. Got all these little cows running around, hanging out. They're big cows. Super cool. So now you can actually have some, older calves that look like they're probably like the mama calves and such. I believe they will actually have the babies on their own as well. Very, very cool to see. Little dude stumbled a little bit. He's learning how to stand. Look at them. I think they look really good. They're just miniature big cows, really. Little cuties. So you got baby animals in the game. We've got all of these cows. Let's see what the other animal types are so we can check them out. If we go into somewhere in here, maybe in here. Yes. So if we go into horses, first of all, if you click the very first one, you will, I believe, set this down. I think there's a way to customize the actual fence to it if you want to. If it gives us the option, we'll try it just to see how it looks. Cool. So you place it down and ask, do you want to customize that fence? Otherwise, it'll just stay there like that. So I'm going to say yes. And it gives us a fence to draw however we need /want. Now, is there a snapping that I can turn on? Okay, there is supposed to be, but I'm not noticing any toggle snapping. Do you guys see this? At least not for the fence. Toggle snapping off, no change. Toggle snapping on, no change. Interesting. Switch segment type. What does that mean? Oh, you can do a gate. You can do a fence. And then they have 2 gates. They have small or big gate. Oh, we already have a gate there, so I'm just going to stick with the fence. Run it down to, let's say, right there, and then we'll just run it down to, let's say, right there. We'll run it all the way over to here. We're going to give them a really nice big spot to hang out, and then just run this right back. And it locks in. That's very nice. You don't have to try and line it up, and that'll close it off. Do you want to plant the meadow? Yes, actually I do. So then go ahead and plant the meadow, and it makes it all grass. Guys, they did a really good job. They did a really good job. This, We get custom pastures now, and I don't have to go in and repaint the texture in the grass. Dude, I love it. I love it. Things that should have been as easy as this are now as easy as this. I know that sense doesn't make sense, but it does. Things that should have been as easy as this are now as easy as this. There we go. We got a lot of horses. These are all just their, you know, you can get a chestnut, you can get a black dun, maybe you can get a, why don't I have a paint? Yo, where's the paint? Oh, you put the paint as a pinto? Okay. I mean, that works. I'm going to buy me a paint horse. Let's check them out. So I'm not seeing baby horses, and I am very disappointed. I'm going to be honest. I'm disappointed. No baby horses. Why no baby horses? We need why? Why no baby horses? It's an animal that should have babies, right? So I don't know what that's about. That's upsetting, but we do have horses at the very least. I'm going to go ahead and buy them. Can't tab to the horse. Okay. And there they are. One horse in our big old pasture that we gave them. Hi, how you doing? So you can actually buy a brush. You can come up here and brush them and clean them off as you need. It looks like you have paint in your hair. I'm going to be honest, but let's ride you. So this is what it's like when you ride the horse. Very similar to how it used to be. Ooh, you actually kick up a little dust there for a little bit. That's cool. So let me see if I can get him to jump over this. Yep, sure can. So this is cool. You get to ride your horses around. It's just like how it was in the other Farm Sim games like 22. I hope that we see baby animals with the horses as well. I don't know why I'm not seeing baby horses here. I would definitely recommend that be added into the game, but nonetheless, let's go on and check the next animal. So let's check out our pigs. Let's see. If I go back here and I make this my pigsty, we plop that in. Do I want to customize it? Sure. Just to see where it all goes. Not enough money. Oh, I went broke. Cancel the custom fence. The fence will be reset to the default outline. Oh, that's cool. So you can actually just do that. Very cool. Paints the texture in there if you want it. But my broke behind needs a little money. So just to make a little bit of money real quick, I'm going to sell our barn. No big deal. At least it didn't put a hole in the ground. That's nice. I'm going to sell some of these. Just get a little bit of cash out of them. There we go. Okay. So now let's get some pigs and check these guys out. Oh, also, you guys have probably noticed the jumping is different. It's slower. You kind of float a little bit. It looks smooth. It looks nice, but I don't really like the control. I'm gonna be honest. It makes it to where you can't really parkour anymore. And believe it or not, I think parkour is kind of an important aspect of Farming Simulator. Very good way to kill time and while you're waiting on something. So check them out. You got little piggy, little piggy, little piggy. This dude's the smallest one, youngest one. You got some spots, don't you, Bubba? I love it. I love it, dude. Look at these little dudes. They're so tiny. Good Lord. Wobbling. Look at yes. Let's check out the sheep here. So let me put down a sheep pen. Check it out. These are our sheep. There are many like it, but this one is mine. And he's jumping around. He's so excited. Aw, you little hooligan. There's our big granddaddy goat. That's what I'm going to call him. Look at you and your goatee. I love it. I love that we have baby animals. Let's quickly check the chickens and see if there is or is not custom baby chickens or anything. I wonder if there are more dogs or if we only have one dog. We should check that out as well. So chickens, we do. We have baby chickens. So it seems to me the only one on the list that is not going to have any baby animals is the horses, which I will admit I'm disappointed in because I grew up on a horse farm and I would like to have baby horses. But it's not the end of the world, and hopefully horses can get added into the game within due time. So there's our sheep, our chickens. We had them down here. I guess I could have showed you them. Little one chicken in there. I thought I bought the other one, but maybe he's so small I don't know where he is or something. Oh, there he is. Over there. I found him. Chickens are tiny, dude. You can definitely lose your chickens if you ain't careful. It'd be really cool to be able to get other bird-like animals as well, like maybe pheasants or turkeys or whatnot. That would be really, really awesome in the future. Let's also go ahead and check out the Doge, shall we? Let's see what the Doge is like. It's a different doggy! Oh my goodness. Hello, little vanilla lab. Is that what you are? You want to fetch? Do you want to fetch the ball? No, you want to sleep? What if I throw the ball? What if I drop the ball? Will you grab it? Go get the ball. Yeah, that's about right. I've never had a dog that liked to fetch. They always play lazy with me. Unless it was the one dog I had that stole my glove in the middle of winter. He was a jerk. All right, we have gone through the animals, the production chains, and the build menu. Oh, one thing on the build menu I do want to point out. Okay, this bottom square, this bottom gray square takes up a lot of space, and it matches kind of the design of the entire other UI. And I understand why it takes up that space, because you have things that as you need, they fill out and they go down, right? But there are certain things like this. It fills out, goes down, that's all full. I don't mind that. It's full. It fills the space. What I don't like is a whole space just to say raise and lower. Of course, not the end of the world, because what else are you going to do? I mean, that's what these are, and there's only 4 of them. You don't need more space in this area. So I get why it's this way. It's just a little strange. But actually, overall, I like the build menu. You get a lot of space here on the right to work with. So that is something I'm really happy with. But what I want to figure out now is how to use the AI worker with its more advanced mode. If I'm not mistaken, it says there to hold H, and we should be able to change the mode. So we're going to see what that does once we get over to another field here. Okay, so if this is the field that I want to work on, I wonder if it detects it yet. Whoops, I detached. So if I pull up in here, I'm just going to line my guy up, I guess, to kind of help him out, be in the field. Okay. If I hold H, what happens? Oh, it brings up the AI settings. Ooh, okay. So we have working with, which is auto, number of headlands. You can update, but it's on auto right now. You can tell it to not do or do the headlands. You can also start with the up and downs or the headlands. Very cool. You can even set up a skip a line. This is really cool. Love to see that. The same stuff here in the steering assist for the AI worker, pretty much. You get a few little adjustments here, but otherwise it's the same kind of like system for the field. I'm going to just click OK, and then I'm going to activate the worker. I have never done this before. This is your first time seeing me try this. This is my first time ever trying this. I don't know what it's like, but we're going to see what it can do. So he lined up to the field, and he's going to go off and do the headlands now, I believe. So let me step out for a moment just to prove that I'm not the one operating this. This is indeed the hired worker. Of course, I could use the AI, the GPS, which is pretty much that same feature myself, and use that in the field the same way the AI hired worker is using it here. But then he's going to turn himself into the... is he going to do another headland pass here? He might go for another headland pass. I thought he would go... Oh, he's going to line himself up like this because it's a square. Oh, he had to bring himself over to make sure he could get it. Okay. You all right, buddy? And he lines up, and he's trying to round this turn, but it's a square, so is he having trouble? He's trying not to miss any crop, I guess. And there they go. So they've done their one headland pass right here. They rounded the edge of the field, guaranteeing that they made sure they get all of the crop. I like that they were efficient on the turn. It's easy to miss there. Now he's heading down the long stretch. I'm really curious. We're going to let this guy just run for a little while. We're going to see if he runs into any issues, or if he's able to successfully get that all harvested up there. And in the meantime, we're going to go check out some other stuff. As in, we're going to check out the vehicle store. So you got all your brands right here, a whole bunch of brands. So if you're looking for something specific, like, man, I really, really want a McCormick specifically. Boom, there's the McCormick. Or I really want to get a Mac. Boom, here's some Macs. So you can also go into the vehicles. They've simplified this a little bit as well. Vehicles also contains the tools and implements and trailers and all of that stuff. So you can scroll, moving your way down. You got objects, which are in vehicles. You got hand tools. So this is more like just all of your store purchased items really are listed through here in a list from top down. You then have packs. Now these packs are specific to certain tasks. This is designed to help you by, if you don't know, what do I need to do? Sugarcane. Oh, I need some of this equipment to do sugarcane. You know, that's kind of what it's here for. I don't know how to do potatoes. Oh, I don't know how to do vegetables. Oh, you get the idea? So it's just there to try and help you out, make sure you understand what you might find valuable and what you're going to need for those particular things. We also have the used vehicle sale. This is where used vehicles go. They have hours on them, so they've been used, obviously. That's what it sounds like. And they have a discounted price due to that fact. We can see here that's ranging anywhere from currently 34 up to about 60%. I'm seeing 59% off on some of these. So some of them are very generous. Of course, let's see, 33.9 hours. It has a lot of hours on it already. So that's why you're buying it at such a discounted price. but you can still go in and for a little bit extra money, you can redesign some things here on the tractor. So for about $4,000 more added on, we switched it over to the US variation. And then you have other, which is your animal dealer, where you buy those animals. And then you have wardrobe, which is where you make your wardrobe customizations. You got the construction menu, which we had already opened. You got your farmland buying menu, right? These are just quick tabs to be able to get to any of these various menus that are already existing and we've already accessed on the main page here. So you got all kinds of brands, all kinds of equipment, just to give you a general idea to scroll through. There's a pretty good selection to start. Of course, this game is heavily moddable, so you will be able to go in and add a bunch of mods for whatever tractor, whatever truck, whatever anything that you want to get added to the game. But we've got a lot of Kubota stock in the game. Love to see that. It was a DLC in the previous game, and it's here standard now. We've even got a beaver tail heavy haul trailer. Some of the coolest things in here are some of the trucks. You got the international truck. Very, very cool. People are going to be excited for that. Again, another international. This one's a semi. And then you have in your cars, some of these are kind of cool. This old pickup truck, again, international. I love this thing. I drive this thing. This is my go-to, my pick. This is what I want. I either do all the times olive green or I do nice blue. That's what I've been going on so far. But yeah, you even get a little SUV now, a little Skoda SUV, dude. So if you want to be a soccer mom in your minivan, you can do it. Okay, we're checking in with the hired worker. He's making his second. You see, did I not tell him to do headlands? It's like maybe he's just not doing the bottom ones here yet. What's the deal? There's one of the situations where we're learning together how this works. And it could be that, oh, he might. I think he's going to still. Are you going to hit that for a headland? Oh, yeah. Okay. He's still doing it. He just did a down and back there is all. No big deal. His second pass on this headland is what that is, really. So he is still doing his headlands as intended. This just is not a very big field, so it's hard to tell. But that is really, really cool. This tractor is already so dirty. Whoa, why is my combine so dirty already, dude? Didn't realize it was that dusty out here, huh? I love this. When you're sitting in the tractor, it looks like you're the one working. So previously, you hired a worker, and even if you were in the tractor, I believe it would have been their body. I could be wrong on that. Maybe not. I don't remember. I thought that was the case, though. But we can see here, it's me, even though this is a hired worker. And when I hop out, if I run up alongside, it's me again? Hello? It's me? Brother! How you doing? Oh, by the way, guys, there is a first person and a third person. So if you hit C on your keyboard, which is how you go first person, third person, and vehicles, you can do this on foot now. So you're just running around. You can go third person for a little bit and take your pictures that way. You can just play this way. A lot of people do like to play third person. In fact, I don't mind playing third person. I'm very used to playing first person in Farming Simulator. So this is this would throw me off, but I'm very happy I can actually do it natively now. By the way, guys, I had some people request that I show you the FPS here in game. So there you go. I'm currently getting 80 FPS. I'm playing on Ultra, 60 to 80 FPS. I play on a laptop with a 4080. Now, keep in mind, that's not like a 4080 for a desktop. Vastly different. Compare it more to a 4060 or so for a desktop. This is kind of what the game is running like, what it's looking like. We're getting 70, 60, 80 FPS. Depends on where we're looking at the time. Inside the cab here, pretty comparable as well. Well above 60 FPS. Not dropped below it yet. Ooh, just a hair. Just a hair. For a second, I saw a 5. So I'd say that's pretty good overall. You can, again, of course, lock it closer to 60 or unlock it. But if you're curious how the game looks and some other visual settings, I'll go ahead and show you those now, since I did not show you the FPS on my graphics tests, which I should note, I specifically didn't do that because everyone has different machines, and I didn't want you to think that this is the number that you're going to get. I wanted you to instead see how the game looked and just, appreciate that no matter which preset you choose, in my opinion, the game looks really good. So if you guys were here for the graphics, there's ultra, very high, high, medium, low, and very low. I'm going to do ultra, medium, and then the very low, just to show you what the FPS will look like on those. Also, I'm going to go ahead and go in here and bump this up to 240, just so we're not limiting the frames at 60, okay? though this doesn't actually matter because I'm unlocking the frame rate when I get in there anyways. But just so you guys know that it's not going to be locked, I'm going to go ahead and bump it up. Okay, we are now on the medium setting. I'm pulling 100 over 100 FPS right now on this setting. We just logged into the game. I'm running around. Let's tab over to the hired worker. You guys are going to notice the hired worker is still working. What? That's right. The hired worker continues its job even if you close the game. So if you had a hired worker going and you're sick and tired of every time you have to save and close and open it back up, you have to go and start all your workers again, they just start. If they were doing a task and they didn't get it done, they pick it right back up from where they left off. You should check this just in case they don't, but they're supposed to, and as we can see here, very much does indeed work. So over 100 FPS right now is what we're getting while we are in medium. We were pulling 60 to 80 while we were in ultra. So just to give you an idea of how that is kind of comparing right now. So let me now switch it over to very low. I'll let you see the FPS counter on that as well, and we'll move on from there. Okay, now we're going to check out the frame rate on very low. Let's see how it looks. We're getting 120 to 130 some FPS right now. I'm going to tab over to our combine, who is sitting here staring at the crop that they need to work on. I'm going to just fire the worker and take over myself. So as you can see, we're getting that 80 to 100 FPS over here, looking this way, looking back around. So while we're harvesting, it's down to that 100 some FPS. So the frame rate difference between very low and medium, honestly, is not that significant in my opinion. But I really don't fret over frame rates, to be honest with you. As long as my frame rate is above like 30, I'm happy. So I'm probably the wrong guy to go to for this kind of information because it's just not what I tend to worry about when I'm playing my game. But if you are worried about your frame rate, I finally have some FPS numbers there for you to see on the ultra, the medium, and the very low settings. But y'all, there is so much to do in the new Farming Simulator 25 that there's no way I'm going to be able to cover it all in today's video. If you guys want to pick up the game, make sure you use the link in the description down below.